Drew was younger than my sons are. The very first time I saw him. He was walking towards our home by the mailbox as I was walking out, and he had a couple girls on his arms. He was wearing this little smirk, and he had this mustache that I think you guys know about. He had a huge cowboy hat on and a belt buckle and Wranglers. He says he doesn't remember it. I remember it pretty clearly, because my exact thoughts as I was walking next to him, like, buddy, not with my daughter. Good luck there, bud. One of the girls turned and shouted to me, "Hey, are you the new wrestling coach?" And I said, "Not that I know of, but eventually we'll get there." And little did I know that that's where it would all start. Before Drew and Addie were friends, they were wrestling partners and teammates. She was a freshman and he was a junior, I believe. Were you a junior or sophomore? Sophomore. Stand corrected. I've watched these two kids, these two wonderful kids grow into adults. I've been to their games and their graduations. I've been their buddy. I've been their coach. Their climbing partner. Been their climbing partner, their coach, their wrestling partner, their father, and their friend. We've talked and sang and fished together. Dinner time at the Count household is always better when Drew and Addie are home. But now they're growing up, and I've got a bit more gray in my hair. They aren't kids anymore. They're starting their life together and moving on. And so we gather here today to celebrate them as they take this next step, the most important step in their commitment of their lives. I'm so happy and proud and amazed to be part of this moment. When they asked me to officiate the wedding, I'll admit I got pretty excited. Initially, I was a little bit confused, though. I thought they meant officiate as in wrestling, and a little bit weird. So as my eyes kind of lit up, Addie saw that confusion go through me as she was looking in the rearview mirror. And my eyes lit up, and she was already starting to shake her head, and she knew it was coming. And I said, "Of course I will, but I'm going to do it my way." And Basically, she gave me 2 rules. One was you can't wear anything ugly, and you can't make Drew fight you in front of everybody. So, obviously not going to follow the first rule. Let's see how the rest of this pans out. Before I talk about vows and rings, I'd like to share a little feeling of nostalgia. It wasn't that long ago that I stood in Drew's place and my beautiful bride was standing right across from me. I remember it like it happened this morning. Our wedding took place in the gym of an LDS chapel. The floors looked just like this, and the crowd looked just like this, and it wasn't a huge wedding. Not too many people were there. And don't think I don't see it, but some of you were there as well, and you've got some gray too going on, a little bit more than I do maybe. Christine and I only set out a few tables, and for the friends who made the trip down to Imperial Beach in October of 2002, a long time ago. Our bishop at the time presided over the civil ceremony, and to be really honest, I couldn't remember a word that he said. My hope is that happens here today too. You see, I was too caught up in the beauty of the moment. Too caught up to remember his words. The beauty of sharing my love for my wife as she stood across from me, and sharing that with my family and friends. The beauty of my radiant wife. I can't even read my notes because I'm crying. The beauty of my radiant wife who still makes me catch my breath today after 6 kids and 20 years, almost 20 years of marriage. The feeling of fulfillment and the tectonic shift that happened when I got to see her for the first time across the room. I look at her sitting right there and know at this very moment that I love her more than I ever have. I stand here as a witness to what kind of love that is. Now, I know I look a bit like a caveman at times, and sometimes I act like one. And certainly when Chris and I were younger, I was as stupid as one. But I know what love means, and I know how it shapes our lives. And I know that it can't be taught, it can only be felt. It takes love and patience and grace and compassion, compromise, and sacrifice to share forever with somebody. It's never easy, and frankly, it shouldn't be. It should be rocky and heartbreaking and tough. There should be deployments and financial troubles in 1-bedroom apartments where you can't have your dog, and the car may break down, and someone might steal your stuff and move. That's what love is. It's the late night arguments about how to do the dishes correctly. It's hanging all of the shirts the right way in the closet. It's taking your socks off and putting them inside right. It's the compromise with the uncompromising person. It's yelling at each other so much that you forget what you're fighting about. When you're so angry that they can't understand what you were saying. And don't they know that you're right too? I mean, come on, everybody does. After you take a walk to cool down, that's when you hit the golden time. That's when you figure out how to be vulnerable. When neither of you knows what to do, but the other seems to fill the role that you need so perfectly. When you need a shoulder to cry on, she'll be there. Not me, I'm going to do. And when you need someone to listen to, but don't take each other for granted. Cherish each day. Kiss each other every time you part, and hang on each other every time you're together. Hold hands. That's what makes the sunsets on the beach feel so nice. That's when just the presence of the other person is all that exists in the world. It's your world. and it's nobody else's. That's what love is. As many of you know, when I get started and wound up, I tend to go on and on. And Chris hasn't hit me with a signal yet, so I know I'm pretty close. Whew. So Eddie and Drew would like to share vows with each other. And that was the portion of the ceremony. So Drew, please take a knee before your bride and take her hand in yours.
Adelle, Catherine, Kent. What a journey has been for us to end up here, getting ready to promise forever. 2 years ago, when I asked you to be mine, I had no idea where it would go, but it didn't take long for me to realize you were exactly what I needed. You showed me how to love and what it feels like to be truly loved by someone. I'm forever grateful to you for giving me the strength to dig deep within myself and pull out the man I was meant to be. You do so much for me that I can't even begin to thank you enough. I love who I am with you. You stayed through my crazy plans to join the Navy and dealt with the hardships of having no communication for months. And I'm pretty sure I can count on one hand how many times we've seen each other face to face in the past 6 months. And that takes one hell of a woman to have the strength and courage to not give up. I love you. Your spirit, your drive, your soul. I love your loyalty, devotion, and stubbornness. I love all of you with all of me without a doubt in my mind. We're young and inexperienced, and while others cringe and warn against our decision, I've never been more sure and excited to start our life together and tackle any adversity that comes our way. I don't know why you fell in love with that clueless boy in high school who couldn't catch the hint when you'd steal the pieces that belonged to my side of the puzzle so that I'd have to reach over you to get them. But I couldn't be more happy that you did. Thank you for giving me a chance. I won't take it for granted. As your husband, I promise to love you with confidence, certainty, just as you do for me. I vow to support, provide, and protect you and our family through our highest highs and lowest lows from this day until my last. We are truly at the end of the dock, so let's jump together and never look back.
You ready?
I'm Drew Michael Swenson. As we stand together on this day, I take your name to be mine, and I vow to wear it proudly. We will take our first steps together as husband and wife as we walk towards our forever, and I promise to stay by your side through whatever gets thrown our way, on our worst days as well as our best. So many people have doubted us, and we have surpassed even our own expectations. With the amount of love and passion we hold for one another, we are unstoppable. I want to live my life with you by my side as we make countless memories that will last a lifetime. I make a promise to be patient, loving, and kind as you have been to me.